you. And here is for you.
No, thank you. We don't need. 谢谢你们。
不要了。
我们不要。我们不要。可以了。
It is required to hand it to you.
我们要不要？我们知道。你们谢谢你们，我们不要。
不用了，不用了，要打。
这个是什么意思
It's a letter
给你看一
for
下。
foreign nations.
？It's what this one is about it?
They have written in English and French and Chinese.
No, we can
take the paper, but the gift is okay. No, it's okay. Thank you. We don't need it. Thank you. Thank you. 谢谢你们。
你们的体温计啊？
我们不要。
你们不是破了吗？这 thermometer is broken, right?
谢谢你们。
We have a new one.
You give us the thermometer, but we don't need the gift. You can remove only the thermometer to give us.
佢唔肯要啊，點辦啊？
要唔得俾佢啊。
It's the mask.
No, we have mask. We have mask. So you give us only the thermometer. The thermometer is okay, but the gift, okay. Okay. 谢谢你们。可以了，谢谢你们。
不要的话，我们拿不回去的。
我们不要。谢谢你们。
我们拿不回去的。
谢谢，这个可以了。
Thank you. Bye bye.
This is for the document for the.
Health guidelines.
Okay. What about this one? What is this?
A health guideline.
We cannot read Chinese.
要的一定要的。
谢谢你们，谢谢你们。
要的。
I have this one in my phone. It's okay. Thank you. The thermometer, only the thermometer is okay.
俾佢哋啦，俾佢哋啦，好啦。
我们不要。可以了。
It's for you. Yes.
We don't need it. We don't need this one. We take it. You carry.
我们不要，真的。
真的不要啊。
真的不要。
谢谢你们的礼物，我们不要。
我们不要。
不要，谢谢。
我们不要，谢谢。不好意思。
不行的。
我们不要，真的不行的。
那好吧。
不要。我们哪里玩的？
Answers from Beijing on the treatment of their citizens after reports of mistreatment of Africans in China caused outrage. African students and expatriates in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou were last week subject to forced coronavirus testing, and not for any specific rules or reasons, but based on random choice of 14-day self-quarantine, regardless of recent travel history, amid heightened fears of imported infections.
I'm going to take the test. It's going to be a Q-tip. It's going to reach to your throat, so you're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Okay? Can you take off your mask?
Okay. So if I want to, is it just a test, nothing more involved,
Yes,
right?
just a test.
Just a test.
However, on Saturday, a member of Kenya's parliament called for all Chinese nationals to leave Kenya with immediate effect. TV stations in Uganda and other news agencies across the continent also ran similar stories on the alleged mistreatment.
This is nothing but racism, and it has to be called as racism. Who are just victims like the rest of the world from a virus that emanated from China, where now they are practicing racism against Africans. We must speak out.
Africans are now not allowed to board buses, trains, or go to restaurants or any other public places.
I cannot enter. I cannot enter.
上面领导说外国也不能进了。
Nothing but we are just looking for an excuse to express their racism. That's what it is.
They didn't want me to enter the subway. I had even bought my ticket that was 4 yuan. And by the time I was going to the subway, they stopped me. And then they told me that no foreigner is allowed. And I was like, why? This is a subway. Then they say that that is the rule. Then who am I to argue with the locals? I complied.
You know, the people, the Chinese people, they call the police. This guy called the police to come and arrest me because I've taken the bus. This guy, he called the police. Yeah, he called the police that I have taken the bus. Right. So now he telling me that we should go. I don't know what the problem is. I took a bus, and they called the police for me because I'm a foreigner. I'm a black man. You see how it's so painful when somebody races against you for what you haven't done, you know. You haven't done anything.
I didn't have a place to go. I had to sleep outside. Yes, I did sleep outside. The next day they came. I tried calling them. They were not actually responding to my call. What they told me, go to the police. I did that. After staying at the police station for a maximum of 3 good hours, they told me that we are sorry, we cannot help.
This has sparked an anger on the African continent. Nigerians mocking Chinese joggers on the streets in Nigeria amid inhuman treatment of Africans in China.
Ava, give me 2 meters, I beg, 2 meters. Social distance, I beg. Wanna find the cure. Look for the cure. My sister tell me find the cure. Jinhua, the cure. My COVID papa. COVID-19. That's all, boy. Yes, you must burn it out.
Also in Ghana, a Ghanaian forced a Chinese to pick up baggage in a gutter after Africans living in China were humiliated. In Nigeria, a Chinese was not allowed to enter a building.
Who sent the email?
It comes from management. It is the management of MTN they gave to security. We should not allow Chinese in the building.
It's time to openly remind Chinese authorities to take responsibility of what's happening to Africans in China. The action threatens to undermine China's diplomatic efforts in Africa. In recent years, African nations have become key diplomatic and trade partners to Beijing, with China's trade with Africa worth $208 billion in 2019, according to official figures from China's General Administration of Customs. China must wake up and stop the blame game on Africans.